Because we certainly want to pay all good attention to, last but not least, wonderful Jeanette Maschmann.
No, this is the top.
Okay.
So just
This button in front.
Jeanette has more press here than anybody's ever. Okay, so while technically Jeanette is a part-time member of ELITeXPO, her contributions are no less significant and vitally important. I have no doubt that many or most of you really don't know the extent of the work that she does for ELITeXPO on a daily basis, that she has been performing now for over 10 years. Jeanette began her career with ELITeXPO on January 3rd, 2006. It seemed only natural that we have the matriarch of the Maschmann family come join our team. We certainly know the outstanding work ethic of the Maschmann family, considering that we have had most of the family working here at one time or another. Now that I think of it, it seems that we have not quite recruited her husband and Heidi and Ingrid's father, Fritz, for a role in our company. You never know. Jeanette and Fritz have been married for over 50 years. Amazingly, to each other. From their first date, which was actually Fritz taking out Jeanette's sister, with Jeanette tagging along, to the following dates where Fritz could only say hamburger, Coke in English when asking for a date, to their honeymoon spent on a Chicago soccer field where she watched Heidi's dad play a match. Jeanette's full-time job was always raising her kids. Before working for ELITeXPO, she took part-time jobs at a manufacturing company owned by Fritz's father's boss, or Fritz's boss, working the counter at Arby's, working as a paraprofessional at the high school my sisters and I, or Heidi and her sisters attended during the years they were in school, and being the twirling coach there. Jeanette got the job there after Heidi's niece, Stephanie, left for college and turned the job over to their nephew, Phil, who left for college and turned the job over to the niece, Jackie, who left for college and turned the job over to Jeanette. See, ELITeXPO has continued the family fair tradition. So that you may be able to relive those early dates with your beloved husband, we think that you should take Fritz out for a hamburger and a Coke. So please enjoy two $25 gift cards to Smash Burger, because burgers are a whole lot more expensive now than they were 50 years ago. And there's a Smash Burger a couple of miles from your house. The Des Plaines Journal used to have a fun column about local folks and things happening around town. Jeanette was featured on multiple occasions. Once for skydiving with Ingrid just before her 40th birthday, Heidi's first paid photography gig. Once for twirling fire batons in the parking lot at the local convenient food mart, and once for her never-ending roller skating around town. Thank God they never found out about her midnight ding-dong ditch activities, TPing the neighbor's house, or kamikaze parties with Heidi's friends 30 years ago. Because we believe you should have a bigger audience for twirling fire batons, although you may want to consider hula hooping, Chandler can show you some moves. You'll need some gift cards at Walmart so you can shop in between shows. So enjoy two $50 gift cards at Walmart, where as far as I know, they don't sell kamikazes. Jeanette and Fritz have been to pretty much every state, a ton of countries, and every continent but Antarctica. Though you may have stopped there on one of your many cruises, and Heidi didn't pay enough attention to know that, their last cruise was a cruise that literally went around the world, which took several months. We were going to get you a cruise around the world, but since you already went, we thought the next best thing would be to see some more of good old Illinois. So here are two $50 gift cards to Shell gas stations for some gas to go ahead and see Illinois. Jeanette loves Christmas and Christmas music. She has a ton of Christmas stuff, known as CC in my house, or Christmas crap, and has a remarkable collection of Hallmark ornaments. She listens to Christmas music beginning in November, and also has quite a collection of Christmas songs. Being a totally modern mom, she adds them to her collection via iTunes. Last year, she downloaded a few James Last Christmas CDs from Germany that the family really enjoys. To help you buy some more of those holiday songs that you haven't downloaded yet, there are two $50 iTunes gift cards. Jeanette also enjoys baking, so Christmas time is cookie time at the Maschmann house. The whole family loves that part of Christmas. She used to make over 100 types of cookies, but now it's just a few dozen of each of everyone's favorites. I've heard from good sources that you like to buy your baking supplies at Sam's Club, because it makes sense with the amount of cookies you're making that you need those Sam-sized ingredients. So to help with that, here is a gift card for two $50 cards to Sam's Club. And also, to add to your Hallmark collection, we'd like to give you this keepsake collector ornament for Christmas 2016, because in our house, the CC must be dated, and a few Santa ornaments for the tree. But no Christmas tree is complete without the official ELITeXPO 10-year anniversary Christmas pig ornament. You wouldn't know, but Jeanette was also a fan of Barry Manilow. Every time he came to town since Heidi was a teenager, they have gone to see him. Now we have to talk about Jeanette, the rock and roller. Back when Heidi was in high school, Jeanette was a huge Ted Nugent fan. They went to see him in 1980 on his Wango Tango tour. Def Leppard opened. Pre-concert conversations included what to do if someone passed her a joint, at which time Heidi told her to kindly thank them but simply pass it down the road or back to them, whichever they wanted. At the end of the actual main set, she was quite concerned that they had not yet played Stranglehold. When the lights went back down, when they began to play it, she jumped up on her chair, began to scream Stranglehold, and she lit a borrowed lighter to show her approval. Those days of jumping up on a chair and waving your lighter may be gone, but Jeanette still likes to get out and enjoy a show. Except now she goes to the movies at least once a week with her lady friends, goes to lunch with them on those days too. So to keep you in your seat, we like to pick up a few of those movies. The theaters in your area reminded us that guests are not allowed to light any lighters during the best part of the movie. Enjoy a few movies with a $25 gift card to AMC and a $25 gift card to Regal Movie Theater. These days, we're told that Jeanette has slowed down a little bit and spends her free time with Fritz, who retired over 10 years ago, though she loves her days at Heidi's house alone with Heidi's furry kids pet sitting, as all her human grandkids have grown up and moved away. She's an avid reader and downloads her Kindle mystery books on a regular basis. She uses Heidi's Amazon account so she can see every purchase. She and Fritz eat out at Subway on a fairly regular basis. It's close to the house and within their retirement budget. Those are the days when she emails Heidi with her itinerary so she knows when she will not be home, so Heidi can handle any urgent ship trash requests while she is out. For really special occasions, she and Fritz like to have dinner at the Palm Court in Arlington Heights. To help with those Subway runs with Fritz, please enjoy two $25 Subway gift cards. And to help with those Amazon purchases, please enjoy one $100 Amazon gift card before Amazon takes over the world. And for this special occasion on your ELITeXPO 10-year anniversary, we'd like to send you and Fritz to the Palm Court for dinner with this $100 Palm Court gift certificate in Mount Prospect. I have to admit, when I leaned on Heidi for some background information on her mom, I was impressed with the amount of work that she does for us. Now, I knew certain jobs that she had done over the years, but I honestly did not know the extent of the work, nor the added things that Heidi has put on her plate over the past 10 years. I've always said that ELITeXPO is a unique company, and we are the best because no one else has Jeanette Maschmann working together with us every day. I am truly humbled and honored to be here recognizing your efforts, your friendship, your family, and your 10 years commitment to our little company. Jeanette assists on various projects that Heidi assigns to her, and those include everything from research, database maintenance, and data cleanup in Goldline. The job she will tell you that was the worst one Heidi ever made her do was coming for a week to do the initial ADM inventory and the data entry into the exhibit force.
Thank you.
The reason she hated it? Trying to read the handwriting of everyone working in the warehouse those days. One of the worst offenders to make sense of? Ingrid. Jeanette does all the mileage data collection for the EPA SmartWay report that we are required to submit each year. She has to go online, get the mileage for every shipment that we move each year. Requires 3 searches, one for pickup mileage, one for airport to airport mileage, one for delivery mileage. She has to convert pounds to kilos for international shipments. Nikki then takes her data, fills in any missing carrier name, and then that does not pull into the reports correctly. Her favorite time was when she Googled the mileage between O'Hare and London. Back then we used Google Maps. It came with directions that included parking your car at Pier 13 in San Francisco, canoeing X amount of miles across the Atlantic until you reached England's whatever street pier, where you then got back in a car and drove to Heathrow. Now, she hit a Google Easter egg, she couldn't stop laughing and had to call Heidi to tell her all about it. She even printed those instructions for her friends. Jeanette takes great pride in our SmartWay certification, as it takes her so long to obtain all the data. It's an incredibly monotonous task at that. The spreadsheet seems to go on forever. As soon as Heidi uploads our reports to the EPA, she will ask every time they speak if we have heard back, if they were approved yet or not. Jeanette also updates our carrier and agent rates and cargo-wise. Sometimes it just requires updating existing information, but sometimes she has to start from scratch and look up every city on a service cities list via the Postal Service website to get the zip codes for a city and update the cargo-wise database with the info and agents' rates. But apparently she cannot stop giggling every time she sees the airport code for Pensacola. Look it up.
Hope you all know.
The airport code for Pensacola is PNS. Thank you. Every day Jeanette checks her email for ShipTrack's emails for new customer setups and changes. She checks her email beginning at 8:30 every day and ending between 5:30 and 6:30, depending on the day and time of year. She checks 3 times in the morning, and after that 5 times in the afternoon. She even checks once on Saturday and once on Sunday, as some reps do order entry on the weekends. The process requires setup in CargoWays, as well as setup on ShipTrack server based in Sydney, Australia. After Windows Server changed 10 years ago, ShipTrack's no longer sent the info automatically from our server to the Sydney server, so she has to manually activate the EDI sending of the data. There are some tricks to which she has figured over the years, but it's clear ShipTrack's is her baby. So, I wanted everyone to know, I know that was a lot, but I wanted everyone to know the amount of work that she does.
Yeah.
It is important to add, though, that Jeanette has actually been helping ELITEXPO to be successful for probably more than 10 years. Of course, it all started those years ago when she brought Heidi and Ingrid into this world. But prior to the 10 years of being an on-the-books actual employee, Jeanette worked for the company for several years as an on-call independent employee. She loves working as it gives her a little extra spending cash and gives her a sense of purpose. She loves being the sole money maker in the family now. Sorry, Fritz. Now she gets to save up. Your other daughter told me to say that. Now she gets to save up and buy things for the house and for Fritz. She loves ELITEXPO and loves having conversations with Ingrid, Roger, and Heidi about the company, as well as talking to her friends about her job. One of her favorite things is that if her friends want her to do something and she doesn't want to go, she uses the old, "Oh, I can't because Heidi has a really important job for me to do" excuse. Did you know that she loves her boss? She says Heidi is a bit demanding, but she can handle it. To help with those things you like to buy for your house, please enjoy 4 $25 Kohl's gift cards for $100. And because you are semi-retired, you may need a little extra spending money that the IRS doesn't know about. I'd say that Fritz doesn't even have to know about it, but of course he's right here. You can decide whether to let him know what you plan to do with it, but to make it last, here are 20 $10 bills to use as you see fit. Use it for yourself.
Make it rain.
Lastly, there was a connection that both of our families had that we learned about a few years back. Leslie was born and went to grade school in Chicago before moving out to Palatine as a teenager. A few years ago, when we first started going to the lake up in Delavan, Wisconsin, Leslie and I were looking for antiques around the downtown area and came across Beal's Bakery. Leslie remembered Beal's from her childhood in her old neighborhood. For 55 years, since Matthias Bell came to Chicago and from Germany, the Beal family has risen at dawn to make cakes, bread, and sweet rolls and cookies by hand. As other bakeries try to mimic mass production techniques, 3 generations of Beals have stuck with the old-fashioned ways. William Beal and his son Carl would carry on tradition, but they had difficulty in finding bakers who had the talent to bake bakery goods to the quality that the Beal family had come to expect. Business was booming, but faced with expanding their already taxing 70-hour work weeks or lowering their standards, William at 67 chose to retire. That Chicago bakery would eventually close down in 1999. Leslie hadn't been back there for some time. Fast forward, and we had to go inside this Delavan Beal's bakery to see if there was any connection. The Beal family had a cottage in Delavan, and Carl decided to open this small bakery in the downtown but on a much more limited scale. But it was the original recipes, and the quality was just as Leslie had remembered. Her childhood was rekindled, and I was introduced to the best bakery I have ever had the pleasure to enjoy. We learned from Heidi that her family also enjoyed the Beal's Bakery while it was open in Chicago, but now would enjoy some of the bakery goods while they were in the Delavan area. Heidi spoke of the bean and stick, as if it were the bakery goods, holy grail of bakery goods. I remember her always talking about the bean and stick whenever we would comment about going to the bakery when we were up there for the weekend. We loved their cookies and coffee cakes, but never actually saw the bean and stick in the glass cases when we got there. Bean and stick, or bee sting cake, is a German dessert made of a sweet yeast dough with a baked-on topping of caramelized almonds and filled with vanilla custard, buttercream, or cream.
Want it. I want one.
You see, the bakery opens at 7 a.m. and closes at 3 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday. What they bake that day is what you buy. Get there too late, no bean and stick. We've never been there that early, so we've never had the opportunity to taste it. But you can advance special order it, and they will hold it for you. So it's high time that Leslie and I tried the bean and stick. This past weekend, we special ordered the bean and stick, and it was good. I investigated to learn that the Maschmanns prefer the buttercream filling, and I agree that indeed it is excellent. So that's what I ordered. Fortunately, I was able to control myself and not eat all the bean and stick in order to bring you some authentic Beal's bean and stick here for you. But don't worry, I didn't eat it all, and we brought you more than just one slice. So we brought you one whole buttercream bean and stick from Beal's Bakery in Delavan that we know you and your family will enjoy. Just make sure you get the first piece. So everyone, please join me in congratulating and thanking Jeanette Maschmann on her 10-year anniversary of working in ELITeXPO.
I just want to say thank you to everybody. I love working for ELITE. I tell everybody every year how much I love this job. I would hate not to. I keep asking Heidi all the time, is Jim or Dave going to let me go now? Heidi says no, never. So I love the job. And thank you so much for everything.
Oh, you're so welcome.
All right, let's hear it. Jeanette Maschmann.